All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on how listening to certain types of music can put a evil spirit on you, man, which a lot of brothers probably already know this anyway, but some people that are into rap music and stuff like that, they don't understand that the music that they're listening to is actually is the main cause of why they're doing a lot of the things that they do, man. Right? So, for example, when you listen to rap music, right, or R&B music, a lot of the themes are about violence, right, or adultery, right? And if a woman's listening to adulterous music in a nightclub, right, and then she has got a husband at home, more than likely that woman is going to commit adultery with some man in that club. Or even if she's in there with her boyfriend, she might commit an adultery with somebody in that club, man. I'm just gonna play this. I'm gonna play this video here, which is from this rapper that's dead now. This guy that's dead now. This guy XXX Tentacion, right? Which I found out today actually. Like the Tentacion means like something to do with temptation. So it was kind of a demonic name that this guy was trying to promote, man. And he understood music frequencies and stuff like that. And let me play it. I'll play it.
It's not always to have fun. Music. What's the point of music? Niggas don't know. It's not always to have fun. It's not always to have fun. Sometimes it's to help people find themselves because music is frequency programming.
Now, what he said there, music is frequency programming. And he's true, man, because what I'm gonna show here in the scriptures is that Saul had an evil spirit on him, and King David played the harp to take the evil spirit off. And I'm just gonna be quick with this. This is 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 14. But the spirit of Yahweh departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from Yahweh troubled him. So Yahweh removed his righteous spirit away, right? That was guiding Saul in the times past, because he didn't listen when Yahweh told him to destroy the Edomites, right? And he put an evil spirit on him, so he put demons on him, man. Verse 15. And Saul's servant said unto him, Behold, now an evil spirit from Yahweh. Let me say that again. And Saul's servant said unto him, Behold, now an evil spirit from God troubleth him. So they could look at him and they could see that he's had demons on him, man. Which, as you become more and more about the scriptures, when you start looking at certain people, you can see that they've got evil spirits on them, man. You can see that they've got a spirit of this world and a demonic spirit on them, man. And that's why they'll start bugging out. They'll start coming out with some outlandish things. They'll be talking about how the earth's flat, as if that matters at all towards your salvation, right? They'll be talking about how angels slept with women on the earth and all of this stuff. They'll be trying to make out like saying that humans so lucky. They'll be trying to say that humans are reptiles, right? And they just be coming out with a whole lot of bugged out doctrines and bugged out things to try to seem deep, man. Right? Let me carry on reading verse 15 again. And Saul's servant said unto him, Behold, now an evil spirit from the Most High troubleth thee. Now let me jump down. Verse 23. And it came to pass, when an evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. But if Saul would have been listening to some drill music, right, some drill rap, he might have been or some of that music, some of that rock, where they smash the guitar off the ground and set it on fire and all that bugged out stuff, right? Or some dubstep, where you're jumping up and down, it's banging around in circles. Which I used to listen to that music, by the way, and that music's bugged out, man. There's a whole bunch of bass, and you're like just jumping around and bumping around all over the place. That music's bugged out, man. Right? Rap ain't much better. But it's better, if anything, to just listen to some classical music now. Right? And even classical music can make you act in certain ways as well. So you have to be careful with even that, man. And this ain't me trying to do no video being over righteous and trying to make out like brothers shouldn't listen to music. Because who am I to say that? I'm not nobody to say that. Let me carry on playing this.
Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? I will hope a motherfucker, before they go pull some negative shit out this conversation, they pull this part of the conversation, and then see that I'm really, really actually helping people, bro. Let me be detailed. At 15 years old, I was doing sound engineering, so I was playing with frequency. I was playing with equalizers. Now, I think it's a.
Now I've already saw a brother that's an Israelite, one of the brothers that used to be in the San Francisco camp. I remember he played this video in a lesson that he did on this guy before, right? And he was going into this. I remember that. But what this guy pretty much saying is from 15 years old, right? Which is young, man, to understand such things. From 15 years old, he understood how different frequencies, when you're making music, can affect the mind in certain ways, man. He understood that at 15 years old. Let me carry on playing this.
It's not a sonar wave. I forgot. It's like an alpha wave or a sonar wave or something like that. I figured out that hertz is to understand the frequency vibration, right? So there's kilohertz. There's hertz, kilohertz, megahertz, right? And then I think it's ultrahertz. If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind.
You see what I mean? And this guy was on some demonic stuff, man. Right? Let's not play games. He was on some demonic stuff, but he understood how to make certain music that could target different parts of people's minds, man. Right? And he did that. And if you look up certain of his music videos, it's very rarely that you're gonna see a music video that's got 1 billion views on. But this guy's got some music videos that have got billions of views, man. Right? He's not even alive anymore. He died when he was 20 years old. But this guy's got some music videos from where he was 20 years old that have got billions of views on there. And there's still people that are commenting on it now. There's still people that are commenting on it all the time about things, man. And I saw another video on YouTube as well of this guy that does videos on artists that have been potentially been sacrificed and stuff like that, right? And this XXX guy was on this XXX Temptation guy. He was on some demonic stuff, man. Right? The crowd was like listening to every single word that he did that he's got to say and stuff like that. He was on that. Let me carry on playing this.
The frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, right? You know what astral projection is? No. If I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that. These little niggas out here don't give a fuck enough to go into that science, bro.
And to a certain degree, what he said right there, about how people don't care to go into that science, he's right. But it's not a thing for us to be diving into music and musical scientists and stuff like that anyway right now, because we're trying to get out of this society, man. We ain't trying to build up this world so that the Edomites can be glorified and making money off us. Because this guy's dead, and more than likely it was as some kind of ritual or something like that, right? And these devils are still making money from him now. They're still making money from him right now, man. Right now, they're still making money from this guy's life being taken away. But then these guys sell their soul. These guys are down for that. As long as they can get a little bit of fame. And they might sound deep on certain topics, right? They might sound deep when it comes to music. Or they might sound deep when it comes to chasing some women, or figuring out techniques on how to get some women, or figuring out techniques to get money. But then when it comes to things in the scriptures, they ain't trying to hear that. If they hear about some biblical stuff, they ain't trying to hear that, because that ain't gonna get you the cares of this world. That ain't gonna make you rich. So people ain't really trying to hear that, man. If it don't make you rich in this world, most of the time people don't care about that kind of stuff. Let me carry on playing this.
These little niggas ain't studying kilohertz, megahertz, and doing all this shit. These little niggas don't know how to equalize, compress, and do all this shit. And the ones that do, okay, maybe your music not good enough to where it got to where, or maybe you not real enough.
I think I've made the point with that video there, but people don't really, he's right about some of the stuff he said, because people don't really think or consider that the things that they're doing have got a spirit attached to them, man. People don't think that the things that they're doing have got a spiritual cost, man. And I heard a brother say that before. He said everything that you do has got a spiritual cost or a spiritual consequence connected to it, man. And it's true. That's true that everything has a spiritual consequence. So when you're seeing people that run this alphabet stuff, they're always bogged out. The men always try and talk with a feminine voice, right? The women try and think that they're hench and that they can just deadlift 7 plates on each side, and they can't, right? They try and bops. They try and have male haircuts. They try and dress in a way that's like a man. They're always trying to wear hats and hide their hair, or they try and cut the length of their hair and shorten it. Everything's got a consequence, man. The gym spirit has got a spirit to it. Or every single time when people start getting more and more physically fit, more and more layers start coming off their clothes, man. So then the women will be in attire in the gym that looks like lingerie, man. And then if a guy is looking at them, even though they've came over to the part where men are doing weights, even though there's a female part in the gym, then they'll be trying to look at the men sideways, like the man's crazy for looking at them, but they've got half their glutes hanging out the damn shorts, and as if the guy didn't find them attractive. If they found the guy attractive, then the guy wouldn't be bogged out no more, or the guy wouldn't be wrong for looking anymore. But that gym spirit leads to pride, because the men are even proud too. They'll do a lift or whatever, and then all of a sudden they feel the need to take their top off and work out. But that whole gym spirit anyway is proud anyway, man. When you start going to a gym, even us, if we start going to the gym and start realizing that we're getting fit and can do certain things, it leads to pride, man. But let me read this. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So everything that we're fighting against really is against spirits that are being pushed out on us, man. So that's the reason why in the music videos they're pushing out whoredom from the women, because they're trying to catch men by the lust of their eyes, and they're trying to catch women by the lust of their eyes as well, because the women see, oh, if I dress like this, I'll get more attention. If I get more attention, I get more male attention. If I get more male attention, then that means that there's a more chance that a man that's got money is going to be attracted to me. If I can get more men that have got money that are attracted to me, then that means I'm going to be able to manipulate them and use them for their resources. And if I can use them for their resources, then I can get things that I like. I can get the nice clothes. I can get the fancy meals. I can go on these fancy trips. I can go on these fancy holidays. I can go and see the world. And that's why you've got women that will fly out to Dubai, right? And be used as a toilet, man, which is absolutely disgusting. But because they have had that demon put on them through the things that they're seeing or through the things that they're hearing, and they didn't have the spirit to realize that that was a curse, right? And that was a trick and a trap, then they fall for it, man. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12 again. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And a demon that gets men is the riches, man, right? Having money and being attractive, it makes men become proud, man, right? When you're as a man, right, because it's difficult enough for a man to get attention in this world and get praise for the things that he achieves, right? The world don't really like to praise any man apart from Esau. Esau can fuck up the whole world, and people will still praise him. He could blow up the moon tomorrow, and they'd be like, oh, but he tried his best, though. I mean, no one else has tried to blow up the moon, so he tried it. No one else has even come close to blowing up the moon compared to him. They'll come up with some excuse for Esau. But if an Israelite just bangs into somebody on the street, they'll try and accuse him of you know what, man. You know? Let me read this. This is Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and know of me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith Yahweh. So we're not supposed to glorify in our might or in our riches or in our wisdom. But having riches in this world, man, people will kiss your behind, man, if you got riches in this world. And any mistake you make, anything you do wrong, as long as you keep those riches, right, and people can see the riches there, they're going to try and praise you. They're going to try and praise you. They're going to want to listen to what you got to say, because that's something that most people in this world really stumble at, man, and really desire. And that's why the scriptures say this. Let me get it. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Because there's people that love money so much, right, that they're prepared to sell out, man. They're prepared to, there'll have been certain things that they said they would never do in their life. And slowly but surely, those things start getting taken away from them. Oh, I'd never have a tattoo. Next thing, they get a tattoo on their arm. Oh, but it's only on the arm. Oh, but it's only on the arm though. And I always wear sleeves, so no one's gonna know, right? Or they'll get a tattoo on their chest, but oh, no one knows though, right? Then the next thing you know, they're getting a tattoo on their damn face. Oh, but it's only one though, and it's dark. It's dark ink anyway, so it blends with my skin. Then the next thing you go, they're getting 12. They got 12 tattoos on their damn face, man. And then the next thing you know, they got a tattoo. They've got 69 tattooed on themselves 69 times, and they're bugged out. Having been in music videos where they alter the music video to try and make you look like a woman in the music video. And then you've just gradually had every single thing that you said you would never do be torn away from you. And you've done every single thing that you said you would never do, man, because you love money so much. Because as long as they keep paying you, you're going to keep doing whatever you need to do. Because now you've become accustomed to this wealth and you don't want to give it up because you love money more than you love integrity. Verse 11, but thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, which love is keeping of the commandments, patience, meekness, fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. So we're hoping for eternal life, man. Because what a lot of people think, that people that believe in the Bible don't want nice things, especially Israelites, man. Christians, everybody knows that Christians are after wealth. That's why they always got a damn collection plate, man. They've always got a collection plate, a tambourine, an organ, and a charismatic preacher with a loud ass voice that can maybe do a little two-step. And he's got a whole chest of drawers of cologne so that he can smell good for when he's trying to commit his adultery in the church, man. Everyone knows about that. Let me carry on reading. In fact, I think I made a point on there. We just have to not be about this world, man. Like, there's certain things that this world's about that we can't be about, man. This is verse 13. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. Wherefore take, in fact, I'll read verse 12 again. In fact, I'll read verse 11. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So if we're putting on Yahweh, right, when it comes to the evil day, which is the day of the Lord's wrath, right, then that's how we're going to know that we're going to be able to cope with these things. Because we are putting on Yahweh. We ain't putting on, oh, I need £20,000 in my bank account to bribe somebody so I can buy and to get paid to get into a bunker, right? Or I need to be able to do 100 clap press-ups in a row, because that will mean that I'm strong enough to be able to handle this. Or I need 2,000 rounds of ammunition. That ain't gonna work. Or I need wisdom, right? Because there's a test that you have to pass in order to get access to the bunkers when it comes. Like, it's not about that, man. It's about trusting in Yahweh. Verse 14, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. What's the gospel of peace? The gospel of peace is that Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai to die for the Israelites, and that our salvation is nearer than when we believed, and that despite all the things that these people did to us in this world, they put us in slavery, right? They call us every single word, every single name under the sun apart from what we are. They gaslight us, right? What gaslighting is, it's trying to pretty much make out as though the things that you're seeing happening to you with your own eyes are not really happening. So here it is, we know that we suffer from racism, right? But the world try and make out like, nah, you ain't. That ain't true. They'll say, no, you're not. Yeah, but everyone suffers in this world. Well, do they? Because as far as I can tell, there's people in this world that everyone tries to accuse of being terrorists all the time, right? And there's people in this world that be doing most of the school shootings and everything like that. But the main person that's always getting choke slammed or choked or put in a damn armbar or a guillotine or a rear naked choke for 10 minutes without rest, right? And getting killed by the cops for just like something that's not, the punishment isn't even death, is us. The main people that evils have happened to in the world are the Israelites, the Negro, Latino, and Native American. Here it is, the Native American Indians had their whole country stole, and people are on that country right now. Men are wearing dresses in that country. They stole that person's these tribes' whole land just so that they can wear dresses and be freaks and dress like dogs. Are you serious? They carried us from one country to another on slave ships so that they can wear dresses. That's what you did it for, so that you can wear dresses. And we're supposed to accept that. Let me carry on reading. Verse 15, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, with ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And some of those things I just mentioned then are fiery darts of the wicked. Them trying to make you believe in that alphabet doctrine is a fiery dart of the wicked. Them trying to make you believe in feminism is a fiery dart of the wicked. Them trying to make you believe that all people on the earth are equal is a fiery dart of the wicked, because in order for them to even claim that you're equal to them, look how low they've had to put you as an Israelite. You've had to be brought from being a number 1 nation, right, to being a number 18 nation in order for them to even try to pretend that things are equal. That's how much better than them we are. And I'm going to say this point right now as well. The Israelites are so much better than everyone else that the top Israelite has to not even be on the earth in order for these nations to be proud against us, man. Because if Yahweh Shai was down here in his heavenly form like he's in now, nobody would be talking reckless, man. And that's why when he shows up, everyone's going to be mourning. When the Lion of the tribe of Judah shows up, everyone's going to mourn, man. They ain't going to be proud. This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. So these people are going to get served up, man. But this wasn't really the topic of this lesson, so, but Yahweh makes people say what he wants them to say, which let me quickly prove that. Let me prove that point. The things that a man says out of his mouth ain't even his choice. This is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1. The preparations of the heart of man and the answer of the tongue is from Yahweh. So Yahweh decides what we're going to say. Yahweh decides what amount of truth a person is going to receive at a particular time, and he also decides if a man even can receive the truth. Because no man can accept the word unless Yahweh's chosen. Yahweh Shai said he received all of those that were Yahweh's ultimately. Which, let me find that scripture. This is John chapter 17. John chapter 17 and verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. So Yahweh chose the elect, right, and gave the elect unto Yahweh Shai. And through the glorification of the elect, Yahweh Shai is glorified. And through the glorification of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh is glorified. And ultimately, Yahweh is glorified by the whole nation of Israel receiving the glorious things anyway. He's glorified in it anyway. But he's glorified from Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is going to be glorified through us. And our women, I mean, we're going to be glorified when our women act right, man. And the woman's going to be glorified when her children act right. Because when a woman's children are moving around reckless, man, that's a shame to both the mother and the father, man. And that's one of the main reasons why women don't want to take the blame for their for the majority of the women, the majority of the men in our nation being jacked up, man. Here it is, they've tried to come up with that independent mum bullshit, that independent so-called black woman BS, right? And try and make out like they're the father, they're the mother, they're the best friend, they're everything. But then they don't want to take the blame for the men being jacked up in the nation. They don't want to claim that, though. They don't want to say, you know what, yeah, I'm to blame for that. They don't want to say that. And I think I've spoken enough on this lesson, man. Like, we have to be aware of the spiritual wickedness, man. And music, videos, all the things that we're surrounded by are really ultimately to destroy us, man. And there's a multitude of distractions and fiery darts of the wicked, which maybe that's what I'll name the lesson. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom.